Good morning, East Millbrook seventh graders. This is your proud assistant principal, Mr. Williams, with a special Friday message. Well, first of all, happy Friday. But I'm here on this special message because one of my last Monday messages, I shared with you that I'd be offering lunch to students who made phenomenal growth, or my top 5 growth getters on the EOG. So that means students who made growth from last year to this year. And so the offer was for those students, those top 5 students, we'll have a special lunch, and then you have a whole period, a whole free period to kind of, I don't know, do what you will. So but I'm also, in addition to that, I'm going to expand it out to other students as well. So I'm also not only going to do my top 5 growth getters, but I'm also going to do my top 5 scores on the EOG. So I'm going to start with those folks, the students who scored the highest, who had the highest scores on their reading EOG. All right. So starting with number 5. So what I'm going to do is start with number 5 and then progress down to the top student with the highest score. So starting at number 5. Before I get started, just remember that to get a level 3 on the reading EOG, you had to have scored a 454. All right, 454. So keep that in mind when we hear these next couple of scores. So at number 5, with a score of 472, Kasani Martin. Good job, Kasani. That's a pretty solid score. So with a 472, Kasani Martin did a great job. He was the top one, he was the 5th highest score on the EOG reading EOG this year. Coming in at number 4 with a score of 473, Fernando Jaquez Osaria. Good job, Fernando. So we had a tie for 3rd. So it's between 2 young ladies with a score of 474. That's Catherine DeFricio and Marina Seagrave. Great job, ladies. And then our 2nd highest score with a 477. That's phenomenal. 477, Mr. Angel Agunbambi. Good job, Angel. And then with our highest score, the very highest score out of all of our reading EOGs, with a 480. So remember, a 454 was just passing. This student scored a 480. Mr. Victor Jimenez Pucheta. So great job. So those 5 students, after this message is over, I want you to come up to the front office so we can talk about what lunch is going to look like on Monday. Now, on to our next 5 students who had the most growth from last year to this year. You will also get an opportunity. We'll have a special lunch on Monday. So at number 5, somebody who grew 14 points from last year to this year, Miss Anitra Rice. So good job, Anitra. 14 points is great growth, excuse me. Coming in at number 4, with a 15-point growth from last year to this year, Miss Jocelyn Johnson. Jocelyn Johnson, great job. Number 3, with a 16-point growth, Miss Leilani Wando Barrett. Good job, Leilani. Really great job. And then at number 2, at our 2 spot, with 21 points of growth from last year to this year, Mr. Josue Flores Serrano. Great job, Josue. 21 points is great. And then the person who made the most growth from last year to this year with 23 points of growth, Mr. Kasani Martin. So that's special because Kasani not only had the most growth from last year, but he was also on my last list. He had the 5th highest score on our reading EOG this year. So great job, Kasani. So after this message, I want you all to come on up to the front office and we can talk about what we're going to get for lunch on Monday. But great job, especially my folks who made the most growth, because it doesn't matter where you start. So some people could have started at a level 1 last year, or might have scored a level 2 last year. But what's important is that you grow and you get better every single year. You don't stay in the same place. You continue to grow. So good job to those folks. I honor you. I appreciate you. And let's have a great Friday.